I was born in the 50s, early 50s. And our family, we didn't attend church. But there was, across the street, there was a thing called Good News Club. And a friend of my mother's did it. And if you ever heard of Good News Club, it's for the neighborhood kids. And Christians put it together. And it touched my life. I learned about Jesus Christ there, about God, about His holy word. And we'd memorize verses, and if we could memorize them when we came in, we got a little toy. But it was very special to me, and I became very close to the Lord. I remember I used to walk through the woods and sing, and I felt a lot of spiritual closeness to God and Jesus Christ. But I kind of drifted away from that. When I got to be a teenager, I started thinking about other things, girls. And then it became girls and alcohol. And I used to drink beer all the time when I could. And I was the guy at the parties in high school that would be passing out in your backyard or in your kitchen floor. But the Lord wouldn't leave me there. He loved me too much. And so when I was 19 and a half, going on 20, I was dating this girl, and she broke up with me. And it hurt me a lot. And I'd heard that she was at a Bible study. And so I went, tell you the truth, I didn't really want to go to a Bible study. But I heard she might be there, so I wanted to see her because she wouldn't answer my calls. So I went to the Bible study, and she wasn't there, but Jesus was there. And I started attending a youth ministry at the local Methodist church in Englewood, Ohio. And I got baptized then, and I witnessed for the Lord. And when I left that Bible study that night, I felt that feeling again, that I had when I was a little kid. But anyway, at the youth ministry, we met every Friday night. And like I said, I was baptized. And I witnessed for the Lord, and I talked to my mom and dad about Christianity and Christ, and they really didn't want to hear it too much. But I went out west, and the youth minister, Dennis was his name, he warned me about being away from the church. And I thought, well, I can handle it. The church is kind of old, and I got all these new ideas. But anyway, went out to Washington State. And in Washington State, I went out there with nice guys, but they weren't believers. And I remember one night they made some balloon wine, and I had a couple drinks of it, and I was right back to it. And the next night I was drinking Olympia beer, and when I came back to Dayton, I did not go to church. I did not read the Bible anymore, and I drifted into a 40-year wilderness journey. It's like my 40 years in the wilderness. And one Sunday morning in 2008, when a lot of people I'm looking at right now were in this church praying for the lost, I had a pain that put me on the floor. And I went to the hospital. I had emergency surgery. I had my intestines were full of gangrene, and I was about 15 hours from passing away from a rupture. And I was in the hospital for about 14 days, and that gave me time to think about the Lord and about where my life had gone. And when I got home, I was really weak. I had lost 65 pounds. And I was flipping through the channels. I had this little black and white TV with an antenna on it. My daughter, Amelia, called it, I have able, whatever. My antenna is able to pick up. But it picked up Trinity Broadcasting. And I was going through the channels one time. And Billy Graham was on one of his crusades. Excuse me. And I picked up the remote because I thought, I don't need the guilt. And I started to hit the button, and Billy said, he looked right in the camera and he said, where do you stand today with Jesus Christ? And I couldn't turn the channel. And I watched the whole program, and at the end I was just weeping like a little child. And Billy said, make sure you go to church this Sunday. So that Thursday, I pulled out front of this church. And I asked God, I said, is this the one you want me to go to? And I could feel he said yes. And that was in 2009. And I was coming here. I realized I was serving two masters because I was still drinking. And I was still giving my real problems to alcohol. And he made me confront that one night through a series of things. And I went to an AA meeting that night. And I felt that same kind of feeling like when I left that Bible study back in 72. So I'm so thankful that the Holy Spirit has led me to these places and these things. And I'm just so grateful for it. And this is the Bible that they gave me in Good News Club. I still have it. In the front of it, it says, to Michael Papp from Mrs. Weimer, April 1959, Good News Club, John 14:6. And John 14:6, as we know, is where Jesus says, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. And no one comes to the Father except through me. And I even have one of my vacation Bible schools. My mom saved everything, and she put together a really nice thing for all of us kids, scrapbook. But anyway, during that night, the youth ministry years, 1972, a song came out that year in 1972, and we used to sing it. And I'd like to sing it for you guys if I can. It's called Why Me, Lord? Why me, Lord? What have I ever done to deserve even one of the pleasures I've known? Oh, tell me, Lord, what did I ever do that was worth loving you, or the kindness you've shown? Lord, help me, Jesus, I've wasted so. Help me, Jesus, I know what I am. But now that I know that I needed you so, help me, Jesus, my soul's in your hand. Try me, Lord. If you think there's a way I can try to repay all I've taken from you, maybe, Lord, I can show someone else what I've been through myself,
on the way back to you. Lord, help me, Jesus, I've wasted it so. Help me, Jesus, I know what I am. But now that I know that I needed you so, help me, Jesus, my soul's in your hand. Oh, Jesus, my soul's in